Where am I meeting you, Relger?
No, Kugane.
Oh. Closer to where I am.
Well, cheaper. My god, it's adorable. Jesus.
What?
I am so in love with this outfit.
All newsies want more papes.
I wasn't even going for that. This was supposed to be the crafter glam. This girl looks fucking good in suspenders. Holy shit. I didn't realize that.
You good, fam?
Yeah. I should say I have been fighting the flu all week. I'm definitely feeling better. But I've been coughing intermittently throughout the day, so I apologize in advance. Alright, Kaiten.
Well, I'm gonna get a whole 1,200 gil for this.
Wow.
Am I Kaiten?
I believe you'll be Kaiten.
Alright. Welcome, my lady. There is a young maiden here who would speak with you.
Oh, shit.
Fantastic.
Your part...
Miss, the adventurer has arrived. I don't know who this person is.
I think she's only, like, other appeared in, like, holiday events. But I don't know which ones off the top of my head.
Does not look familiar.
No. And here she is, the liberators of both Doma and Alamigo in the flesh. I am Lena Murilla. Murilla? Correspondent for The Raven. You may recognize me from my expose on the secret lives of the homunculi.
Secret lives of Mormon wives.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
No.
Look, you know by now that I am just an engine that turns input into bits.
Yes.
That is my existence.
And unfortunately, my existence is to laugh at said bits because they're IBCMs directly trained to me. But enough small talk. It's not for nothing that I've been standing here since yesterday morning on the off chance you'd pass by. No, I'm here because... Actually, it's best you heard it from Alma. I am but an observer.
Okay.
Alma, come. I found them.
If you had the chance to change your fate, would you? Hair's not frizzy enough.
No. Hold on, I have to take Alma.
Am I going to be Alma?
No, I'm going to be Alma.
Okay, good, because you know that I would just Merida her at this point.
Are these the adventurers of whom you spoke? Indeed it is.
She doesn't pass the top of my belt, for reference.
She's like more than twice my height, but then again, Gala is 2 apples tall.
We all know that Northoda is 4 galas tall.
Please, I beg of you, find my father. You are his only hope. It's all right, Alma. We are attracting unwanted attention. Might I suggest a change of venue? We will await you before the Prima Vista, the theater barge that has a berth at the airship landing. Music sounds a little bit different. A little bit more... MIDI. Okay. Son, child, leave. I can't be hearing your pitter-pats behind me.
Mine flies.
Yeah, fuck off.
Don't you talk to Gerald like that.
As I said before, I think it better we continue this conversation in the privacy of the young lady's barge. It's not that I don't trust anyone here. It's simply that I don't trust anyone here. Gate guard Miniguma has been instructed to look out for you. In future, speak with him when you wish to gain admission to the dock. So, yeah, I don't think we've ever mentioned it before. Kugane has an airship dock.
Fascinating.
So,
why didn't we get Sid to fly us here?
mainly because it doesn't work like this. I
Interesting.
must be thinking of a different point in time. Oh well.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
I'm assuming whatever we're about to do has to do with that big-ass fucking airship back there.
I mean... Does that look like a theater to you?
Yes.
Yep. Thanks for blocking my line of sight.
I'm not even near you.
It was in the camera.
Alright, Lena.
Thank you for coming. You're probably wondering why I summoned you to an airship, and a Garlean one at that. Allow me to explain on the shuttle.
Oh, so this is the shuttle to the... Okay. I was gonna say, this is a little dinky for an airship.
I mean, technically it is an airship.
Yeah, but like... Garly bins. But yeah, that's an amphitheater on the back.
Yeah. Ah, cool instance, so we can't see each other.
Company, oh my god. The fucking twinks back here.
Look, they need to practice.
Behold the twinks doing the dance with their people.
I can see it. I'm not going over to look at them.
That's a dragon.
Oh,
That's a the dragon. That's Shinryu.
that's the Bahamut.
No, it's Shinryu. Is it Bahamut? Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know.
okay. I don't know.
Whatever. It's paper mache.
You're paper mache. Hi, Alma.
The Prima Vista serves as both stage and home to the majestic Imperial Theater Company. Okay, I was expecting a second. You can keep that duck in your drawers. No one here is a member of the Imperial Army, nor are there any spies within the troop. At least, no known spies. Ask anyone and they will readily attest. The majestic Imperial Theater Company are the finest practitioners of the dramatic arts to be found anywhere on the Three Great Continents and beyond. Was that Alma or Lena?
Lena.
Fuck. They have admirers. Kill me now. They have Admiral
Blowfish.
throughout the Empire and its territories, and even boast a sizable following in Gridania, hence my assignment to their sorry. It is a little-known fact, outside of Garlemald at least, The late emperor was a devoted patron of the arts, who supported various theater troupes to the tune of much coin.
I have much gold. That is much gold.
Yeah. Indeed, Solus was so enamored by the majestic players, they ordered the construction of this very airship, that the troupe might perform in every corner of the empire. When his grandson took the throne, however, everything changed. Now, all theater troupes, domestic and foreign, must submit their works for approval by the Central Imperial Board of Censors. If a play is deemed vulgar or inflammatory, it is banned, and the troupe denied their writs of transit. The worst offenders, well, they are never heard from again. This policy has effectively left playwrights with one of two options. Compromise their creative what is going the fuck on?
You'll get there.
Oh my goodness. Compromise their creative integrity to curry favor with his radiance, or put down their quills altogether. The principal of the Majestic, however, chose a third option, to express his disapproval for the new emperor's policies obliquely in ostensibly unpolitical work. Pray forgive me for my earlier outburst. I am Alma Bos Lexentale, the daughter of Principal Jonomis Sen Lexentale. Mayhap you have heard of my father's latest play, the Zodiac Brave story? On the surface, it is an innocent retelling of a well-known Garlean fairy tale, hardly worthy of the censor's attention. But beneath, it is something quite different. In fact, the censors failed to spot when they approved the manuscript for public performance. The play quickly became a huge success. The common folk loved its fantastical story, while the learned classes appreciated its true message. By the time the Imperial Board of Censors realized their mistake, it was too late. No longer in a position to prohibit the performance outright without admitting fault, they took aim at the company's purse strings instead. Before long, noble patrons began to withdraw their support, fearing to be associated with the troupe, and by the end, even the learned felt compelled to feign ignorance. By bleeding the Majestic of their funding, the censors robbed them of their voice. So, how does... And none of this has made it any clearer as to why you're here. Right. Oh.
Alright, fuck, I gotta muster...
I forgot he was here, so I apologize.
No, it's all good. I just gotta remember what the fuck I like to do with his voice. Allow me, Lena. Why, it's my good friend Sid. With his one glove.
He can only hold one plate of cookies.
I've known Genomis since we were both students at the Magitek Academy. When I heard his daughter was in Kugane looking to enlist the aid of an adventurer, I felt compelled to give her your name. Sorry for not announcing myself sooner, old friend. Genomis and I were from different worlds, but that only served to fuel our friendship. Many were the nights we would prattle on into the wee small hours, warm flagons of peated ale numbing our minds to the other's naive ideologies. Yet no matter where our conversation began, it would invariably end with him telling me how he was going to change the Empire from the inside out. The troupe was to be his path into the people's hearts. Even after the Empire forced him from his home, Genomis never gave up hope that his work might change the world.
Oh boy, alright.
Alright, I can do it.
No,
Okay.
I wanted to be Alma and Genomis, and you'll see why. Arts will ever strain against artificial bounds and borders, man-made walls and misguided wars. It is in such times of uncertainty that we must needs embrace our calling, and take to the skies so others might do the same.
What I am trying to say, rather poorly I concede, is that not all Garleans are hewn from the same stone. Just as there are those who pledge their lives to the Empire, and would never think to question the authority of its leaders, there are those like Alma's father and myself whose love of their country does not blind them to its flaws. Still, try selling that sack of sunflower to an Alamegan or a Doman who has watched his family consumed in the flames of a Magitech Reaper.
How many Eorzean adventurers do you think would leap at the opportunity to help an Imperial search for her missing father? And in Garlean territory, no less.
Is there loot in it?
But you two, you are different. You have seen enough to know that the line between good and evil is not defined by race, color, or creed.
Oh yeah, that too.
And also copious amount of shit to wear. So, what say ya?
Raid drops. Kana wants the raid drops.
I need my item level up. The number go up, as Sam so keenly has said.
Number go up!
Well, we make...
one or two?
Two. We'd make for poor adventurers if we, didn't go on them.
Accurate. Indeed. Now that you understand the nature of the task, perhaps Alma could provide some insight as to where we might begin our search.
Shortly before my father disappeared, he began work on his next play, a successor to the Zodiac Brave story. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Please, follow me.
We've heard of the Zodiac Braves before, right?
Technically, Alphano... No.
No? The
Maybe.
name sounds familiar. Have we talked about it? Not necessarily in world?
No, but no. Sounds familiar to you. It's pretty topical that we're doing this now.
Oh. Intriguing.
In Final Fantasy XIV's, there was the Crystal Braves, which I think Alphano may have taken the name from the same thing, but it's referencing the same thing.
Interesting.
Through adventure and hardship, young Delita, boy of common blood, becomes a hero, culminating in the birth of the mythical kingdom of Ivalice.
That name also sounds familiar. Why? I feel like I'm going insane.
But that is where the story ends. There are no records of anything that follows. Was Principal Genomis simply going to invent something? My father believed that he had discovered evidence of a second hero, one whose efforts went largely unnoticed, but without whom Delita would never have risen to the throne. His was the next tale he wanted to tell, a true Zodiac Brave story.
Is this
second hero?
Is this Final Fantasy Tactics?
This is Final Fantasy Tactics.
Ah, okay.
Okay,
okay.
Ivalice is the world that Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy XII take place in, albeit several centuries apart.
Gotcha.
According to my father's studies, this young man was one of Delita's closest friends and confidant. That is, until the untimely passing of Delita's sister forced the two to part ways. Yet the unnamed hero continued to provide aid to his friend by thwarting the machinations of those who would scheme against Delita, thus paving the way for the Pauper's rise to regent. You must forgive me, but I've never heard anyone make such claims. How exactly did your father come by this information? That is a long story.
One which begins and ends with Genomus becoming lost in the very legend he sought to lay bare. Even as far back as our academy days, Ivalice had Genomus firmly in its grasp. He flatly refused to believe the story was just a fairy tale. And so, when he was finally driven out of Garlemald, it was only natural that he should choose this of all places as his refuge. Was it not, Alma?
That is correct, Master Garland. It has long been my father's belief that the ruins of ancient Ivalice lie beyond Nangsha, buried beneath the sands of the Dalmasca Desert.
Poor Dalmasca. The kingdom prospered in relative isolation for countless generations, until the Empire came calling.
When not touring, my father would organize expeditions into the Dalmasca Desert to search for proof of Ivalice's existence. Sometimes he would bring back strange artifacts, ancient tomes, and crystals. Crystals unlike any others. My father called them aura sites and claimed they were vital to proving his theories. This is one such crystal. It's not the same thing. The
Or, of course, it's not white auracite.
No.
They just use the same name for two
They
different
use
things?
the same. They're both named after the same thing from Optics,
Gotcha.
but they're technically two different things.
No, so we're not going to reference my girlfriend.
No. Wait, what?
What?
Huh? How does it feel to be on the receiving end of that?
Yeah, okay. I can't argue with that. This is you.
Oh no, I skipped through it.
By the 12, it's magnificent. Ivalice in legend tells of crystals bequeathed by the gods unto those who would be kings. It is during his quest to gather auracite that young Delita rises to prominence. I must have heard the tale 1,000 times from my nursemaid, but that is all it ever was, a tale.
My father would often tell us how the auracite spoke to him. At the time, we assumed he was speaking figuratively, but the stone's beauty aroused his muse. But then he began to act strangely. How so? Following our arrival here in Higashi, my father spent most of his time cloistered in his chambers, poring over his past research. And though he was alone, we could oft hear him in conversation. It was not uncommon for my father to recite the lines as he wrote them, but it soon became clear that this was something else. It was as if he was talking to my mother who passed several winters ago.
Ew.
Might this not have been out of mere loneliness? Or perhaps the strain of your flight from Garlemald? Possibly. That would not explain the voices which answered him.
Hello there.
There you are. There's your...
Wait, is this the villain? Is this he?
Huh?
Ulma, who are these people? I told you I did not require any help finding father, especially from outsiders. It was so good of you to join us, Ramza. Allow me to introduce... Enough, Master Sid. We may be shunned by the Empire, but we are still Garleans, and we still have our pride. Unlike some, it seems. We require neither the aid nor the pity of foreign rabble.
Have you forgotten where you are, brother? It is we who are the foreign rabble. This land and its customs are all but unknown to us. We would be fools to conduct our search without a proven guide.
Your sister is right, Ramza. Oh, excuse me. As for my good friend here, your mistrust is ill-placed. I will personally vouch for their character. In all the time I have known them, they have never once let anything as insignificant as race or creed color their judgment. We're lucky to have them. But we would have you, Master Garland. Why do you refuse us? Because I gotta go to Delta Escape.
Wow, yeah, no.
You know why. Until this affair with Omega is resolved, my hands are tied. It pains me to refuse you and your sister, but it pains me far more to leave Genomus to his fate. I am sorry.
If I leave Nero alone for 2 more days, there won't be a Sigma scale.
If Nero gets much more alone time, I don't want to think about what he'll do to my company.
You'll build a second coffee machine.
He'll turn everything red. You need not apologize. I let my emotions get the better of me. After what happened in Rabanastra, it may be time to admit we're out of our depth.
My brother's last expedition met with tragedy in the ruins of the capital city. He barely escaped with his life.
The Empire turned Rabanastra into a death trap. You were a fool to set foot there without a proper escort. I realize that now, Master Garland, but at the time I saw an opportunity to rescue our father, and I took it.
Whatever led you to believe your father was in Dalmasca's capital?
My father's fascination with Evilise legend began with a trip to the antediluvian city, long before the war. I call it a premonition, but something tells me that that is where he has returned. Now you must excuse me, I need some time to think. Then Olma, I shall leave you and your brother in Galen Northota's capable hands. They have ever repaid my trust with interest. You would do well to grant them yours.
Thank you, Master Garland. We will not forget this kindness. Going on the painting red thing, I just imagined like Team Fortress 2, but it's Sid and Nero.
2 Fort, but it's 2 Fort, but it's their shared.
It's just Mordona.
Yep. All right, who we talked to? We talked to Ramza.
Ramza Bas
Lexente. Master Garland seems to think highly of you two, so I will withhold judgment until after Dalmasca.
Oh.
Alright.
That's just the first test.
My humblest apologies.
No, you're not going to believe what I've been hearing for the past 5 minutes.
What?
An ice cream truck.
Haunted.
Yeah. For reference's note, it is December 18th.
Okay.
So
we talk to the Ramza?
We talk to Ramza.
Ramzoi. Protagonist theme. Dalmasca is nestled in a forgotten corner of the Empire's outermost territories. I do not foresee any trouble from the standing army, but would suggest committing to memory the locations of each of the barge's exits, just in case. As for the flight itself, the currents above Dalmasca are as wild as the land below. You may want to hold on. Dalmascia.
Ooh, the desert.
Sand.
Coarse, rough, gets just
Itchy.
fucking anywhere.
Itchy.
Ugh.
Look at it go. We'll complete our descent to Rabanastra in the shuttle.
Ramza.
I thought I made myself clear, Alma. The capital is simply too dangerous. Father would never forgive me if I were to lose you trying to rescue him. Come, we're wasting time. According to my father, Rabanastra was already a thriving city some 1,000 years ago. But after performing several private excavations beneath the so-called Desert Sapphire, my father came to the conclusion that it was not the first settlement to stand here.
Then your father believes that Rabanastra sits atop the royal city of Lasalia. Oh, Lasalia. Jesus. Capital of Ivalice. But if that's true, it could change history. We would be famous.
Famous? Are you sure you don't mean rich? Pah! You're kinda all alike. Parasites grown fat on the sweat and suffering of others.
Shit, dude, okay. Bold words for a boy of but 16 summers. And what's, pray tell, the fucking ice cream truck's going past my window? I don't understand why it has to be like a trap remix of the ice cream truck song.
Amazing.
Okay, if it shows up in the recording, it shows up in the recording. It's like, Jesus Christ. And what, pray tell, have I done to deserve such spite? I only wish to learn the truth behind the disappearance of the Empire's foremost playwright. If that should lead to something bigger, well then, I would be the worst reporter in the realm if I did not pursue it. I cannot read with it fucking outside my window.
Yes, we can argue about this now, or we can return to the Prima Vista and report to our army of adventurers that it is time to begin the expedition. I humbly suggest the latter.
Would you say 73 degrees Fahrenheit is like optimal ice cream having weather?
Yes. But also I would say that like 40 degrees Fahrenheit is optimal ice cream having weather.
Okay, alright, so you're a freak, I get it.
It's never too cold for ice cream.
Okay. He's gone past the window. I think we have like 10 minutes. Yeah, you take him, because I don't know what the fuck was to do for this guy.
You see, it is as I said, brother. Let them come to us.
But should we kill them now?
No, the time is not right.
When has that stopped us before?
Fool! Do you see that one? Slayer of gods, they call her. Warrior of light!
It's like, oh,
Step.
Oh, shit. So, this is the start of what is known as the Return to Ivalice raid series. It is Final Fantasy XIV's first collaborative raid series. Interestingly, as it's collaborative with itself, or more so, how you correctly gleaned, that this is based off of Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy XII. They actually got Matsura, the lead writer for Tactics and 12, to come back and help write this story.
Intriguing.
It's... yeah, some people like it, some people don't. I like to say it as this is essentially canon to both 14 and 12 in Tactics.
Fascinating.
It'll make sense.